Welcome back to everyone. Welcome back to this new podcast, a very special podcast, as we have very special guests today. I don't know if you guys will remember, but a few weeks ago we did a podcast about social media where we were questioning social media with teenagers from year 13. And today I thought it could be very interesting to have the point of view of adults or parents. So I'm here today with...
Hi, I'm Elena.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, I'm Jane, Michael's and Alexa's mom.
Hello, I'm Olivier.
So, general opinion, what do you guys think about social media in general? Whoever wants to start.
Part of our life, I guess. Something what we cannot miss nowadays.
Mm-hmm. Do you think it's something positive or negative?
Both positive and negative, but we cannot avoid it, definitely.
What about you guys?
It's become part of our media landscape. This is, depending on the generation, potentially the main, if not the only source of information. So it's a reality. It comes with its good, it comes with its bad. I think we'll have the occasion to develop it later.
And you, Elena?
I think it's like Big Bang. Mm-hmm. We have it here, and we have to go with the social media. Maybe we have to find a balance.
For sure. We do have to find a balance. So what was your first reaction when social media started becoming popular with young people? Or when it just started? Because you guys were born when everything started, if I'm not mistaken. So what was your first reaction? So what was your first reaction?
We were born even before the internet.
And Google.
I don't know. Well, the reaction was that that was something really new, but it has evolved a lot. And the value proposition of social media, when it first started, it was a little bit, okay, you're now going to be able to speak with your friends in China, in I don't know what part of the world, which, by the way, I don't know if it's a really realistic use case. Personally, I have only a few friends in China, but that was like a neat and a promising idea, and the whole thing develops and transformed into a supermarket and to a factory, or at least a vehicle of delivering fake news. So it's really no longer the same proposition than in the beginning.
So it was more positive at first. You thought it was more like something...
It was more candid, let's say.
Okay. What about you?
Very positive for me. Yeah, exactly. Absolutely agree with this opinion. The communication with family and friends far, far away. And my family, we were moving a lot. So that was really big deal for us, and only positive until we got some bad points. Then we needed to learn about it. But in the beginning, yes, it was
Well, I remember, I think my first use of social media was when I lived in Qatar, and I used to Skype my family from France. And I remember it was really cool. And what about you, Elena? Your first impression of it?
My first impression was Messenger. Speaking with my family, it was like, wow, I can speak with them, and it's so easy. Mm-hmm. But we have to understand social media is not only speaking.
Yeah.
We have to think a lot, every movement, I think so.
True. Digital footprint.
Yeah.
So do you personally use social media? I'm guessing yes. Yes. And do you see any how it differentiates from your child's use? Do you use it for the same things or not?
I think I use it different.
Yeah.
Because I use it for work, for creating networking, for creating digital posts, and for give another ideas in the world. Okay. I think it's a responsible using of social media.
Okay. You guys?
Go ahead. He was about to say something.
Maybe my usage is a bit typical. I don't want to say radical, in the sense that personally, I almost don't use it. A little bit for communication with family, relatives, but really little, and I use it professionally a lot as a tool. I work in the digital marketing, and if you want to create awareness, communicate about your product, build a community, of course, that's an important channel and vehicle. But I would say 98% for professional reason and 2% for personal reason.
Mm-hmm. And you?
Both professional and personal, and part of professional way it's educate people how to use it professionally. Right, like marketing, for example. Anna, you do use a lot of personal things too.
Okay, well, I can tell you, I think that there's a big difference because I do not use it professionally, and I think now it became for teenagers a real like source of entertainment, like a hobby to go on TikTok, watch videos and everything. So I think there's a huge gap, and that's why we often don't understand. I think that's one of the main problems that we don't understand with parents and children's, because you guys don't understand that we're going to use it for like just to enjoy it, and you're just not going to understand it.
We do understand
Yes.
it, and what you guys maybe not necessarily understand is what is the authority level of what can be found on the social media, because by definition it's an open architecture, everybody can contribute, everybody's voice can be heard, and that doesn't mean that you want to hear any voice and that any voice is authoritative in the etymological sense of the word. An author who has some knowledge, some truth, some verification of facts. That's not the case of everybody on the internet. And everything is being leveled down on social media to an extent that it makes it hard to distinguish between the authoritative voice of, a traditional media, say El País, and the opinion of Josh Doe off the street, which is absolutely respectable, but that we don't necessarily care about.
So why do you scream at me when I'm texting my friends? At what age do you think children should be allowed to have social media? And also, if you guys could tell me at what age did you allow your kid to have social media? Did you do it? Did it work? Did it tell your child you can't have, for example, Instagram before you're 14? Or did they download it before? Or like, how did it happen?
I honestly don't remember what age was it, but we did discuss it, and my kids did ask permission to connect to some social media, and we did have big discussion about that, for sure. I do remember that, because it's very easy to drown in social media, and especially between the things which is right, not like right or wrong, I cannot put that way, just like which is useful or not, or which is like, for example, even if you look at some recipes on TikTok, try to do some of them, it's total rubbish. I'm sorry. So they need to understand, like everyone need to understand that you have something good and something which is people just try to make themselves famous or whatever they try to achieve, but it doesn't mean that it's good things or good way, So, and for you guys, younger generation, you really need to learn to sit and to read in between.
Yeah.
That's important. But yes, we did discuss it, and they got my permission. They did have it quite, I mean, not young age.
Yeah.
They've been already brained enough to use it. Yeah.
Okay. And you, Elena?
I think my daughter starts with 14. I'm not sure. Okay. I'm not sure. Maybe with 14, she told me.
Okay.
But in the house, we are having a lot of discussion, open discussion. She said to me, "Mom, look, I'm going to do this." And I said to her, "Darling, wait a second, because what you are doing today, it can be good or it can be worse in 5 years. Just think about it. In 5 years, I will be safe with this. I will be okay with myself with this. And I'm sure that if you are talking with your children every day, they can learn more
Absolutely.
from open conversation.
Yeah. Yeah. And you?
There are actually some countries that are currently passing laws and regulation and to impose a minimum age. And actually, I forgot. Australia was first, and
France is trying to do it
France
right
is
now.
second.
Yeah.
It will be
What about
enforced.
Spain? Spain, no?
Spain,
They are
I
thinking
think
about
they are
the
thinking about
discussion.
They are
it.
thinking
Yeah.
about it. A lot of countries are discussing it.
Denmark
I-
implemented.
Yeah,
No.
I forgot if it's 16 or 18 that they are-
16.
16.
16.
And it's good. Why it's good? It's potentially dangerous for anybody. It's an addictive product or an addictive service. It's been proven. We can discuss it more precisely if you want. But it's addictive. It triggers the likes, the communication, the comments on your post. It triggers dopamine, and you like dopamine, and you want more dopamine. So it's a fact. It's an addictive product. So you can compare it to, I don't know, alcohol, cigarettes, gambling, stuff like that. So gambling, alcohol, and tobacco are not prohibited. But one should use them with caution. Same for social media.
And what do you remember at what?
I wouldn't encourage my kid to use social media more than to encourage them to smoke or to drink alcohol.
Of course.
You can do it. It can be fun at some time. It can be useful at other time. But do it.
Be careful, yeah.
Be careful.
And do you remember at what age I was allowed?
By the terms and conditions of the platform at the time, I think it was around 14, 15, around 12,
Yeah.
no?
Well,
13.
to be honest, I got TikTok, which was before Musical.ly, very young. I had it when I was like 9 or 10. But to be honest, like back then, or well, from what I remember, I never saw like weird stuff or dangerous stuff. It was really just music and dances. And then Snapchat, I got it around like 11 or 12. And then Instagram, I was kind of never allowed to have it, and I kind of downloaded it without really telling anyone. And like, yeah. But I am very careful on what I say on social media. And next question, well, it joins with the monitoring and like Spain and regulations and everything. Do you monitor your child's social media use? And if yes, how do you do it?
Yes, I do.
Yes? Okay.
Yes,
Tell us about
because
it.
we have parental control, but she can change it. She can change it, and once a week, I think it's on Sunday, we take her smartphone and I say, "Come, let's see." "Oh, mom, no. It's for her. It's good to see that she spends 3-5 hours a day in a smartphone." And I think it's the case of all the teenagers.
For sure.
I think. You have to think about this. In one day, you have 24 hours, okay? You are in the school, 8 hours. You are sleeping, 8 hours. You are spending time in your smartphone, in social media, 5 hours.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
There you go.
You understand? You have to think of this every day because it's very important. Time is everything we have. And if we spend time in a bad way, finally we get what?
Nothing. Yeah, I used to have parental control as well, but if I'm being honest, you always find out the what's the password to unlock it.
I know.
So then you unlock it. But also platform nowadays, like for example TikTok, you can put a limit, like for example 1 hour a day.
Yeah.
And after 1 hour, it tells you, it sends you a notification that you can't do anymore, but you can also unlock it very easily. So it doesn't do much.
But those kind of things you should install by yourself. It's not like your parents
True.
does it for you. So then you have to be responsible, and that's exactly what I'm talking about. We used to have kind of control. I did not ask for devices from my kids to check what they do and where they spend in the time. But I can track my internet, and internet was also switched off for specific devices. Like we were able to watch TV with all family, but phones and computers will not work or will not be connected to internet.
Oh, okay.
So that kind of regulation did happen in my house, and especially at night time, because I'm very against usage of devices with late at night. Like you say, you guys need your time to sleep and rest and everything else. And there were other rules, like you come from school, the homework first, and then once you finish, you do whatever you want to do, right? So, and if you do understand it, that's more important. Otherwise, nothing will forbid you. You guys always will find way around.
Yeah.
Agree?
I agree.
And there is not only the time you spend or don't spend factor on the social media, is what you see. And without falling into the very offensive, nasty stuff, it's been studied, it's been documented, it's scientific. Some researchers in the US, they checked what on TikTok, what users see in Europe and what they see in China. They went to China, they made some experiments, they pushed and they played with the algorithm to see what was the recommendation flow, and they realized with a statistical confidence that it was very different, and the content in China was far more educative than what is being served to the European and US kids. It's also a little bit of dancing, a little bit of recipe, but let's say I don't know the actual number, but every 4 or 5 video, there will be something a bit more educative. That is not happening in the timeline of a European or a US user. Take your conclusion after that. Some say that it's a geopolitical lever that this country is using to try to raise their youngs, which is their future workforce, better educated than us.
So do you think you should monitor as a parent?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
Based on trust, based on discussion, based on sharing. It can also be quality time, sharing experience, recipe, if they are not too bad, with the kid, and it opens the occasion to speak. Communication is always key, more than hard enforcement.
I probably would not use word of monitoring. I would say I prefer to be advisor to my kids. I don't want to control them. I prefer to talk to them and advise them.
I think that the more you control them and the more you're strict with them, they're going to want to do it more. So
against you,
exactly.
know, and they want to go more into, okay, if it's forbidden, why?
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, I'm with you, and I think we can mentoring. It's easier than control our children
or forbid, right?
Yeah.
But don't you guys think that if you have access to your child's account or if you check their phone is a bit going against their privacy? Because, well, nowadays we talk with our friends, we have like maybe videos that we recorded, photos, I don't know, like, isn't it going a bit against privacy?
It does. It does. That's
and
why
you think
mentoring or counseling or advising is probably better than controlling and getting into the privacy.
And like we were saying before, the government is trying to pass laws about like social media, banning them or like restricting them for people younger than 16 years old. Do you think that would help? Do you think completely banning it will help? Really? No? Okay.
In my opinion, no. Like we discussed before, you guys will find way around. So I prefer to be more educated and educational way than just ban it. You know, you need to know. Of course, certain age should be implemented, but it's no matter of age, 15, 16, 17, you know, you still need to be educated about.
And some people at 16 are going to be very mature, but some still won't be mature. We all grow at different pace.
Yeah, but it's a rule, it's a policy. I mean, all policies, unfortunately, are not always enforced. And I don't know, speed regulation, you say it's 120 on this highway. Some people will respect it, most of them, some not. You can enter the debate, but it's not because they are 130 that they are a criminal of the road and they know what they do. And all right, but there is a rule. It's a good thing. If we accept that's something that is potentially dangerous, it's totally fair to say, okay, let's try to regulate the context and the framework in which it's offered to the kid. And that's it. Cigarettes or drugs, let's say. Drugs are, in most countries, are prohibited. It doesn't mean that they are not in the market, that they cannot be found and that they cannot be consumed. So it would be the same for anything that is being enforced, but still there is an intention behind enforcing, which is to protect the kids, basically. Personally, I would say give it a try.
Okay. And you, Lena? Ban it or leave it how it is, like now?
No. I think it's very difficult. Mm-hmm. It's very difficult because we have age 16. Okay, but it's the age, the real mental age. So I think we have to try to teach our children, this is my legal age, this is my mental age, this is my emotional age. How can I do it in this world, in this big bang, to be safe?
Would you say more education at school about social media?
A lot.
Education in general is the key.
Yeah, okay.
Education, prevention.
So let's talk about the impact now of social media. So do you think that social media affects teenagers' mental health? And if yes, how? I could answer this one really quickly. I could say my own personal experience. I've noticed that when I go on social media, if I'm in a bad mood, and I'm on TikTok, for example, and I see a sad video or a video I relate to, I'm gonna like it, and then 10 videos are gonna pop out that are gonna be very like sad and like bad mood videos, and it's gonna put my mood even lower, even though I'm already feeling bad. So I think it does impact teenagers' mental health. And there's always so many other aspects, like how we see ourselves. So many.
And special, how do you see yourself? Because you guys so sensitive for that.
Yeah. It's the next question. It's do you believe that social media changes how teenagers see themselves and their lives and see their lives?
Absolutely.
I think personally, again, I'm lucky that I've always had this thing that I never really compared myself to people, but now I see how it can happen, and I've seen examples and like friends of mine and everything, so I do think that's true.
There are a lot of motivations as well. But that's the things, like you say, if you're in bad mood and you like something a bit sad, you will be just drowning in those sad videos, right? And how often do you do that with the good things, are you trying to find something motivational for yourself? So that's the way how you approach it and how it's coming back to you. But we need to learn, right?
Yeah, but there's also this thing that I've talked already about it in one podcast, the motivation that you get on social media. But sometimes I feel it can be a bit of negative motivation because you see it's a very clean girl aesthetic that now we talk about. It's those girls that wake up at 6 a.m., they go to Pilates, they take their matcha, then they go study in library or something.
And this is real life?
Well,
you don't do that?
Exactly. They make it look like it's real life, and then if you don't do it, you're gonna feel bad because you're gonna be like, oh, but look at these girls, they're doing it, they're so productive, they're doing all that, and then I'm in bed still and I haven't studied today, and then you start feeling bad. So yeah.
Yes, this is very true, very well documented. There is also something a bit more subtle in the potential negative impact of social media, is that by the very nature of it, it's organized as a feed. It's linear. You've got nothing to do except scrolling down, and down. And I, as a professional, noticed with the younger worker in the workspace. I'm not speaking with my kids, but with my kids maybe also, but also in the workspace. From a cognitive standpoint, I find the younger generation a bit less or a bit more averse to embracing complexity of a problem, which is not just scrolling down. Breaking down, you want to launch a product, what the benefits are, what the markets are, how am I going to communicate, and you've got to think all on this 1 week about the first topic, another week before coming 1 month later with a conclusion and a plan. That's something that, and I think it's due to social media, the younger generation doesn't bear. They say, it's too complicated. Give me a simpler problem that I can solve in one scroll.
Yeah.
And that they will do it very positively and with willingness. But if it's complex, if there is not the immediate reward that the social media gives you.
Yeah, there's this funny thing that people are saying now, like teenagers are saying. They're saying that nowadays, even watching a movie feels productive because you're like sitting down for an hour or like 2 hours instead of scrolling. And it's like this joke that people kind of have.
Exactly.
What about you, Elena?
I think so, he's right, because in the same time we have a lot of things. We are scrolling, but what for I was scrolling? What are you looking for, Hortense?
Good question.
What I'm looking for today with my smartphone?
I guess it's just, dopamine. And then, like, if you're bored, you don't really have anything to do, so you go watch videos.
How is it possible have nothing to do?
Well, you're done doing your homework or studying, and you just want a break, and if your friends are not available, and your parents are working, or, like, you're home alone.
You're home alone.
You don't know, like... I don't know.
Read the book, watch the movie, go for a walk. There is always something better than just scroll. And if you do scroll, find something and read about it. I don't know.
Interesting.
And it's almost sad because Elena was pointedly saying there are only 24 hours in the day, out of which 8 you're sleeping, 8 you're in school. So you've got 8 remaining one to do things. If things are just scrolling, and I don't want to sound like the old grandfather, but when we were young, personally, I was riding my bicycle, I was chatting with my friends, I was learning music, I was participating in a theater association, was doing a lot of things. Those things has been stolen somehow. Your time has been stolen to be reallocated, since it's in a finite quantity. It's been reallocated to social media.
That's very good.
Too bad for the music and the theater and this part of the broader education.
I won't agree with you, I'm sorry. Because like in our family, there are some specific rules. We cannot avoid the social media. We cannot avoid internet, games, whatever is IT world right now around us, right? But kids need to learn that they have to balance it, like you say. So we have time for sleep, we have time for school, we have time for relax, scrolling, whatever. But we should still have time for normal conversations and for some outside enjoyment games and whatever. So for us, for example, if you have dinner, there are no phones allowed
of course.
In the living room or kitchen area or whenever you eat. If you're going out with friends, phones have to be hidden somewhere because, no, we came here out. I'm paying for this meal for our enjoyment, for conversation, for real life. Mm-hmm. If you want to use your phone, you could stay at home. Mm-hmm. To chat with your friends or something else. So there is always time for something and it's important to balance it. Mm-hmm. Very important.
But what about the kind of positive aspect of it? Because, for example, I've learned a lot of things with social media, like just basic general knowledge, or also baking recipes, or also drawings or DIY ideas.
Of course, we cannot avoid it nowadays, and it's good. It's good if you know it. It's good if you learn it. But don't forget everything else. Don't forget to talk to people, right?
Of course, yeah, of course. Yeah, I think everyone should know that. But that's why you were saying that now we forgot everything, but we still know that, like, people still have is very passionate about theater, so they go to theater. People learn music. I learned piano online on social media because there's very easy tutorials on how to do it and everything. So I think it's
even
a
professionally,
positive.
you can almost train yourself if you consider YouTube, and it is the case as a social media platform. I've known a guy. He's built about. He knew nothing before starting the project. He built about doing everything from YouTube.
Yeah.
How to make the hull, how to put the mast, how to engage the sails, everything.
We can use social media, but we can not forget to live the real life.
Mm-hmm.
Because the real life, it isn't in social media. It's a
course.
lifestyle. I don't know, it's a true one, but we have to think in 5 years and 10 years, we're gonna do the same thing. If you are scrolling 5 hours a day with 18, with 19, with 20, you'll have a life, you'll have a career, a family. I don't know. Is this the kind of life you want?
Probably not.
I'm sure.
And what will you remember from that kind of life?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You will have lots of memories from real experience and not that much from social media, right?
Me and my friends, we have a new kind of rule. Is that we put our phones, when we're hanging out, we put our phones on the table, on a pile like this, so we can socialize with each other, and we're not on our phones.
That's
Well,
my
obviously
boy.
we socialize even if we have our phones, but you know, there's always going to be someone texting or doing something else.
It's boring, no?
No, it's not.
Oh, right.
And if you are doing this, and if you are using social media, you can use Instagram or TikTok, and you can create a brand. Let's say we are friends, and we want real life. Let's put our smartphone like this, and you can do it. She can do it.
Yeah.
Motivate others.
Make a few videos of that,
Yeah.
and maybe you can
Yeah.
go viral.
Well, maybe I will. Who knows?
Maybe.
Have you ever seen your children's or child's mood getting influenced by social media? You're talking to them, they go into their room for like 1 hour, they're probably on their phone, and then they come out and they look like drained.
When she was younger, yes, but now she's very. I think she's very mature. Yeah.
Yeah, aware and mature.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's great.
Oh, she said me, oh, look, my friend has, I don't know, let's say 70 like I have, but it isn't the important thing. The important thing is how I feel with myself in the night, how I feel with myself in the school, not in social media.
I was about to ask about the likes. Do you think that likes are like a big thing? And that your kids care a lot about likes?
I cannot say care a lot. Does care for sure, because my son running his own channel, right? So it is some point of interest at how many people saw it and how many people like it or did not like it, and left some comments. Of course it is, but I cannot say that he like really depends on it
Yeah.
and he will be
Oh, well,
totally
that's
broken
great.
if there's
Yeah.
not enough number. Or
Yeah, of course, that's good.
Likes, comments, and views create dopamine. Dopamine is addictive, so be careful.
Of course. I wanted to say something, but I forgot. It'll come back. Do you think that social media helps teenagers stay connected or isolate them more? Because we were talking about talking with people from the other side of the world, so they meet new people and everything. But when they're doing this, they're probably sitting in their room late at night talking to them, and then they forget to talk to you. Or
How many friends do you have in Malaysia that you didn't know before social media and that you met through?
well, I actually don't have any.
Oh.
No, but that's because I'm not a real like user of like Discord and like Twitch, and those are social media that you use really to communicate with people. But I know one of the other guy that does the podcast with me, Peter. He uses these platform a lot, and he has so many friends. I think he has friends in Hungary that he went to Met this winter, if I'm not mistaken. And he has like friends all over the world. So we should probably ask him, but I don't really have any. But what were you gonna say? It's still interesting. Okay, whatever. So do you think go?
No.
Okay. What is your biggest concern as a parent with social media? One, if you could say one main concern.
Use social media as a tool. But remember, the real life, it's outside.
Yeah.
First and foremost, and we haven't discussed it yet, harassment and bullying.
Oh, yeah.
Ah,
Of course.
I would say in this case, learn to control it and don't let it control you.
Well, if you want to develop about bullying.
It's a place where a lot of bullying happens because it's human. It's so easy when you are hidden in your bedroom and in the social security, if I can say, of your privacy and behind the screen. It's way easier to do things that you would never do in the real life, and from there starts the story. Teasing in the first place. If there is no reaction or no limits put, it easily transforms into bullying, and that can drain the kids' morale and in the most extreme cases lead to a suicide.
Many cases. Has your children ever told you anything like that, that they have experienced or seen or
heard. She heard of a lot of things here in Malaga. There are children between 14 and 16 that are facing a very bad experience with social media. But I think today a lot of staff, a lot of specialists as well looking for the well-being of our children.
Yes, I think that's something social media is really trying to work on. I know that now you can modify the comment section on TikToks. There's words that are banned, so swearing words or words that could be offensive, they're banned. Do you think social media should do more to prevent that? And if yes, what could they do to prevent it?
They're doing, at least I hope so. It's all about online activities, not only social media, right? People trying to put it on a specific level, thanks God. But we also need to work out, and maybe as parents, we need to pay attention on it more from our side and check with our kids how they doing it and how, because who's supposed to know it? It's just start somewhere, and it starts somewhere because no one told them not to do that, and no one explained why. So it's our job as parents. It's a job of educational institution like schools, and
I think most teenagers don't know the boundary, because a lot of them, I know that most of the cases, it's a big group of teenagers, and they're gonna make fun of someone thinking that it's just a joke and they're just joking around with their friends, but it is actually bullying when you're 5 against 1 person, criticizing them and talking bad about them. And I think that more awareness should be done, because as I was saying, they probably don't know the boundary. And all the people there's many cases that I've heard where people are we're just messing around, but the other person was calling bullying. But they obviously don't call it bullying because they don't think it's bullying.
There is one simple rule for it. Step back and think, do I want something like this will be posted about me?
Yeah.
That's it.
Do you think that a lot of school bullying then follows on social media and becomes cyberbullying? That what starts at school goes to social media?
It can be.
Yeah, I don't have any hard numbers to prove it, but I would suspect so.
Okay. What's one advice that you give your children when they post online?
Think ahead. Because you see, most of the troubles comes later. So you think like, if I'm posting it now, how will it affect me in future? And if you don't mind, like, I don't know, if you're planning to be president, then it needs to be checked 3 times, you know. But if you don't mind, whatever it will be, go ahead. But anyway, think ahead.
Is the 10 rule? How is it going to impact me in 10 minutes, in 10 weeks or a month?
In 10 months?
In
10 years.
In 10 years.
Yeah.
And the same said differently before publishing, as you said. Think about it. Why am I publishing? What am I publishing? What for? And then what?
Mm-hmm. What should we do about fake news?
Whoa. Can you do another post?
Education.
Don't repost for sure.
Yeah.
And more education.
Yeah. Do you think there's
also
a lot?
Help the user distinguish what I was saying in the beginning, the difference between an author, someone who has the knowledge, someone who has verified their source, someone who is trustworthy, versus people that are less.
Mm-hmm.
But it's so difficult nowadays.
It's so difficult.
It's
with
very
AI
difficult.
as well.
Yeah.
And even like news, you're reading news in the evening and thinking like, okay, one newspaper writing this way,
Yes,
and then another writing this way, and you never know who is correct. It's very difficult.
Well, I don't know
dig down.
if you guys have been up to, but like obviously what's been going on in the Middle East. There's been many videos of Dubai getting bombed, and then I saw many videos that I thought they were real because they looked really real, and then I saw on real media like BBC and everything that they were saying be careful because there's thousands of AI videos going around of Dubai getting bombed and like the Burj Khalifa getting bombed, but it never got bombed. So yeah, it looks very, very real.
You just tell real media
Yes.
for the fake news.
Yeah, that's
This
true.
is the answer.
Yeah, real media. You need to check it on real media. So do you guys think that parents today understand social media well enough and understand their youth?
Does anyone understand social media well enough?
We are
It's not
learning.
just parents, does anyone?
We are learning every day.
Because why do you think there's often a lot of conflict between generation and social media? My grandpa doesn't understand why I'm always on my phone. It's a bit hard for my dad to understand it as well. So why do you think there's this misunderstanding?
But I don't think it's linked to social media. It's just linked to devices.
Yeah?
It's all, you know. It's not, you're not only on social media with your phone, right?
Yeah.
So, but you're always on your phone. It's the lifestyle.
Mm-hmm. And you, Elena? Why do you think there's this?
I think it's something we always have. Your grandma, your grandpa don't understand you. Do you understand your grandpa?
No.
Why he's reading every day?
No.
I think it's like
I think it's generation. It's just the generation gap.
It's like a gap, and it's like this.
Yeah. If there was one thing you could change about social media, what would it be to make it better?
Once I saw a documentary about social media, and it struck me because it's true that it's gone actually out of control. It's been built by a computer scientist. And I speak with all the respect, I'm one of them. But as we discuss it for 1 hour, it has a social implication, it has educational implication, it has a psychology implication, and there is not a teacher, not a sociologist, and not a psychologist in the team that are programming Facebook, Instagram, and the like. So maybe those companies who build the social media, they could have a more responsible approach to what they are building. That would be an interesting evolution.
Mm-hmm.
Only the companies?
To start up with, but everybody.
I think it's a work for you, for me, for all of us. It's like a big team.
To work together against social media.
Against? No, not against.
Not against.
Yeah, but with, to make it better.
Yeah. I think it's like this.
Okay. You agree?
Absolutely.
Yeah. And finally, to end this podcast, what is one advice you would give teenagers that are watching our podcast today?
Go have a walk outside.
Balance your life. Don't do just outside or just podcast. Balance your life.
Okay, balance your life.
Be clever and make a clear difference between social media and real life.
Okay. Well, this is the end of the podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Did you enjoy
Very
it?
much.
Yes.
Thank you.
It was a pleasure to have you on my podcast. Thank you for your time, and we'll see you next week for a new podcast. Bye.
Bye bye.
Well done, people.